Mario Comics here. I'm going to talk about this thing I should have talked about last week, but I forgot to talk about it last week. Just remembered it a little while ago, but now I'm able to have the time to talk about it. All right, and yeah, no one else is here, so it's nice and quiet. I can totally do it. Anything with copyright infringement or anything, except for this picture, but in that case, I can live with that. In comparison to having music that is not mine here, a picture that is a picture of a news of a interview shouldn't be a big problem, I hope. But anyway, let's continue on here. Mr. Camelot, okay, of GameStop, Walmart, and other place hating fame, basically hating fame. He, they got me interested. His video about this interview inspired me to make my own video about this interview. Right. So what was going on is, sorry, my cat's sleeping over there. What's going on is you got Fox News basically interviewing a person who is part of was a moderator for a what do you call it, anti-work Reddit page, I believe. Anti-work Reddit page. And what was happening with that Reddit page was that he's born with testicles. He um basically it was said, well, it was answered the question. He says he was asked by Fox News to be the spokesperson of this thing. Okay, and he answered the questions. And just said what he wanted to say. And I don't hate on him for being honest. Okay, about stuff. Okay, so what the Fox guy basically, Fox News anchor actually asked him was basically saying stuff like, okay, so you're part of an anti-work Reddit page. It's like, yes. It's like, what does that even mean? Something like that. It's like, well, what I mean is not necessarily anti-work as we don't want to do any work. It's about, finding the work that works for us, basically what he was saying. And he's like, well, yeah, you can, and then the Fox News guy was saying the normal stuff that a lot of people who don't understand certain intricacies of jobs was saying. He's like, well, what's wrong with just a normal job? I mean, you could leave whenever you want. There are plenty of them out there. You can leave whenever you want to. I'm like, I think you can. But there's a problem with that. They didn't really acknowledge the office politics and whatnot that can happen with a lot of different jobs. So you gotta watch out for that. But anyway, he's like, well, what do you do? Then he asked him, what do you do for a living? And he's like, well, I'm a dog walker. A dog walker. So he's like, I'm a dog walker. He's like, oh yeah, dog walker. He's like, you plan on doing anything else? Any other things? Like, well, hey, I might be a teacher someday if I want to. Like, maybe a teacher sometime. A teacher? Like, yeah, yeah. Basically saying it's like, well, I don't know, what would you study? Like, what would you teach? Like, oh, philosophy. Like, oh, well, it'll be an interesting thing. I don't know. That's gonna happen though. It's like I don't know if it's gonna happen though. But yeah, thanks. Anyway, so he's like, he's like, you have no interest in doing anything else other than being a dog walker. He's like, well, he's like, yeah, maybe I'll be a teacher, maybe sometime. But he's like, yeah. But basically, here's the deal. What they're trying to do is spin it in a certain way and say, look at this generation, these young people here, look at him. They go by how he looks too, because he's like, he's definitely very unkept, he's younger, very unkept, kind of unkept looking. Uh, yeah, basically they could basically spin it to be like, say, oh yeah, this man child, wants to play with dogs all day instead of doing a real job. That's basically what they're trying to say. Trying to make it look like. That's what I think is going on here, and it ticks me off when they do that, but that's how it is. Wait, yeah, we're good. It takes me off when they're doing that, but that's the way it is. Well, at least that's the way it looks like. Because you look in comparison, look at this dude. He's dressed, the anchor's dressed to the nines, in a business suit and tie and everything. So you see this dude, in comparison, the other dudes, definitely looks pretty casual and unkept and just, yeah, generation, whatever, X, Y, Z, whatever you want to call it. So it's just, that's what they're trying to go for. And I'm like, yeah, okay, while that stuff may work for him, and I'm like, yeah, you should interview more people, guys. Okay, you can interview me, okay, and I don't know if they're going to. Oh, that coffee smells good. I don't know if they're going to, but here's the deal. I work basically. I work 3 days. Excuse me. I currently work 3 days a week, or 3 nights a week actually, at a job, and I'm packing boxes. And basically, it's 12-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts. I make around $15, $16 an hour. Uh, and there's opportunities to make more money. Okay, if I were to work 5 days a week or 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts, at my job, it's definitely, they might be okay with it. They might be like, yeah, yeah, totally, all the help they can get, yes, 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 let's get them, and they're like, you thousand other people, you want to do that too, they might do that at my job. But here's the problem. Uh, I want to do other things other than work in life. Okay, think about this. I like to hang out with my mom and then go to church with her. I like to hang out at home with my brother when he's at home and hanging out. I like to hang out with both of them. My mom too, and my sister and her family. I like to hang out with them. I like to do projects like this, talking about videos and stuff, drawing in my comics, things like that. I like to play video games, things like that. I like to do that. I like to have actual free time. Okay, that's what I actually like to have. All right. So there's working the right way. There's working. Okay. This guy is actually doing an okay job, if you ask me. Home dude. The Antiwork dude. He's actually doing okay job. He found something he likes doing, and it pays money. It pays money, and it's a good service. He's helping people with their dogs. And so I'm like, that's what he likes to do. That's not how all people who don't want to do a strict 9 to 5, 5 6 day a week job, 6 day a week job, basically are like, and they're saying that it is because they're implying that it is, because of course they're hating on that stuff. They're trying to hate on that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no, you look at me, I do things differently than him, and I basically am not against basically against being treated unfairly, against being forced to work so much that you can't do anything else, basically other than recover. I am against that too. So there's definitely more to it. I'm not really on the anti. I'm not. It's not anti-work that I'm interested in. It's fair. It's a good. It's being treated fairly. While working as well. That's a different. I'm not part of that Reddit or anything, but I definitely want to chime in and say what I wanted to say there, because this type of stuff here, where they're just trying to just label these silly jerks, really not silly jerks, label these people as just people that are just young punks that play around instead of doing real work. It's not the case. It's not the case. Yeah. So it's really sad. So I just wanted to talk about that. I gotta go do other stuff. So it's like more hate mail. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube, TV, and art. Also gotta draw this comic. See you guys next time. Oh.